All right. I have not made a video in a while. I got a hole in my shirt. I didn't notice that till now. Okay. One Piece 1179. The biggest chapter I want to say of the year. But I gave it like a week before I even made this video because I was just too hyped. Well, I was also sick and some other stuff. We finally get to see Emu this chapter in 1179, and in all honesty, badass design, great looking guy, great looking villain, but it wasn't really as shocking to me like as the mural was. Like I think the mural really like caused people to go like ballistic. So, but Emu, don't get me wrong, Emu is honestly like one of the best looking villains of all time right now, hands down. Definitely not doing like I don't even know what to say. Emu, amazing. So 1179, how we start the chapter? We start the chapter with Emu actually just up in Mary Joa. We have him talking to the 5 elders at the whatever Pangea Castle. I think it's called Pangea Castle. Don't tell me you. And then they tell him. The Gorosei are telling me, don't tell me you intend to go to Elbaf. Please recognize for you to descend to the lower world like this. How can you all remain so calm? Do you really believe the Holy Land is already safe? So this is confirming more about the Holy Land getting attacked more, but they're just so concerned about Emu going to Elbaf. But a lot of reasons why coming up future in the chapter. With Shamrock's return, things do seem to be settling down, but you intend to think that just sit here, the lower world supply operation is still ongoing. Alright, so with Shamrock getting there, that's good because we do need we need like a feat for Shamrock, but if it's the Reds, I wouldn't really put it past Shamrock having a relationship with Dragon and them just talking and not actually fighting if it's the Revs. But there is a big chance that it's just Blackbeard doing something and blaming the Revs, which is what I'm leaning more towards. We get Garland. I love how Garland honestly just walks up on the Gorosei. What we read right now is so Garland kind of just pulls in with the most sensible thing. What we need right now is lenient power, keep the world under control, and also former Marine headquarters. Garland, where's the food? So this is just one of the guys just messaging him. You know how stupid the Celestials are. I feel bad. I feel like Garland wants to execute like most of these Celestials. That's the reason. He's better in his position. So we just have Garland, just giving his operation. Then we finally get to see not Lilith. What's her name? The Greed Vegapunk. We finally get to see Summers actually interacting with her, which is really interesting, and she really gives off traitor vibes already. Like, she's Greed. So how it starts was, I already told you, York, the Holy Land is suffering from a shortage of supplies. One of the things we'll need to resolve is the Mother Flame. If you want to live your life as a celestial dragon, figure out a way to produce it now. But I'm hungry. Well, you know what? Congratulations, York. You are a celestial dragon. Gave you the title right there. So, cool. You got the celestial dragon title. You did it. And then it's Mary Joa's Labo phase. I have a feeling York has been there before, especially being Vegapunk. She's definitely been there before. That's not what I was promised. Come on, think of the original Vegapunk was rebellious as well. You'll need to take responsibility for that too. That's what I'm saying. York might actually betray them. I can see York kind of just not being on anybody's side at the end of the story. I can see York just messing around, just getting what she wants, which is perfect for her. So it's been a lot of disasters lately, as Garland says, and he points this out. Ever since Nika reappeared, it's merely a coincidence in any case. So I love that Garland's kind of connecting it back to Nika, back to Luffy. So then we get the Holy Knights just talking to Emu, just trying to not get him to go. You must not leave Pangea Castle. we will dispatch all the admirals. Luffy is now at that point where they need all the admirals. Even Akainu, the fleet admiral, who actually I think still can take Luffy one-on-one. I don't care. Everybody can get mad at me for saying that. I think Akainu can still fight Luffy one-on-one, and it is a high-tier battle. So we have them just begging. I advise you that they're already far too occupied with everything going on. That's Najuro saying. Then we shall go once more ourselves. Workery, this was not a coincidence. Cast alongside South Pride at once. Everything was inevitable. So yeah, so everything will be inevitable. So we get this awesome panel of rocks. I'll be back. Roger, search the world for the One Piece. Shirahoshi being reborn. Shanks stealing the Gumball Gum fruit. Harold, I don't know what Harold really did. Like, how are you kind of important? Rocks, I understand, because he directly went out in front of Inu, fought Inu, tried to take the power. Roger started the pirate era. Harold got murked by Loki and betrayed his country. It was the strongest nigga. Alright, whatever. So, and then we get Loki. Then we get Whitebeard. This is what I actually really like. Whitebeard protected him. Who is he? Monkey D. Luffy. We now finally get Inu saying his name. And who is that? Marshall D. Teach, my favorite character. And Loki. These three guys are going to be Inu's downfall. And then at the end, we get Nefertari D. Lily. Actually, no, the cut up posters of Luffy and Blackbeard with the quotations, Joy Boy, Davy Jones. Yes. Do you yet persist in making Emu suffer, or Mu suffer? Mu desires Vivi. That's weird. All of this began long ago. Imu-sama, entrust the Holy Land into thy hands. Imu-sama, if you descend to the lower world, cut off. I think Imu might pass, but I don't. Man, it's not within our authority to stop. I love Garland. Garland just don't care. He's just like, alright, yo, we can't. He's like, yo, just go do your thing, bro. And then the rest of them are all so like, look, you got Saint Jupiter looking like he's literally about to cry. Like his eyes are like this. He literally is about to cry. We have Workery with a self-expression. We have Najuro just with his eyes closed. Then we have this dude with the Attack on Titan's eyes. You know how the Attack on Titan's, like when it's just dread and misery? That's what we get from him. This anytime stuff like this happens, it's a death. And it seems like there's no one who can stop him. That's Garland saying it again. And then boom, Emu disappears. It's like Garland just knew. Emu seems like a good guy in this chapter. It seems like everything was made to F him over. Which it was, because look what you're doing. Alright, back to the New World. But yeah, nah, it's crazy. Like, I really feel like Emu might pass. I don't know. So in the New World of Elbaf, I wrote in. Look, alright, so we just get back to Elbaf, where we're kind of just seeing everything that happened. We get to see we learned something very nice. We got to see Summers, where they're kind of like, I think her name is Gerald. She's like playing with Summer's body, like taking it apart, ripping it in half. But then we see that Summers has a metal heart. Is this where their regeneration starts from now? Because this metal heart kind of seems like it'll just be a reduce, reuse, recycle type thing. And then Zoro just kind of comes up with the idea like, hey, if we smash this, what would happen to you? And I think Summer snitches himself out with the facial expression, because he's just like, yeah, if you destroy that, I'm dead. But it's just only for him. Because the next panel, obviously Brooke, Usopp, they're going to be fine. Next panel, though, we get Killingham, who's tore up into 3 different pieces. We have no heart. We have like 0 heart, nothing. So is that only an exclusive to Summers? But I love, Sanji's my second favorite character, so I love what he says. He said, I won't forgive you. I won't forget your name. Sanji, say my name. Go on. Nah, I forgot it. Nah, I forgot. Oh my god, bro. I love Sanji. But still doesn't explain if he has Conqueror's Haki. It hasn't explained it. So now we get more information again. So with Loki, why is the whole school frozen? That's not it. The frozen, all the thermal energy was drained. Damn, even the food is frozen solid. This sucks. Food. So we have Luffy kind of feel. I got to give food to Usopp and Brook. Okay, and then we get some information, which is gonna probably play a big part in the future. Hey Loki, that girl you froze a little while ago, did she and that instant freezing so she's not dead? And this little guy here is the only one who can thaw the ice. She's not going anywhere, so don't worry. So, Ragnar has ice power, kind of similar to Aokiji. Well, Aokiji can be broken by anybody, but Ragnar's can only be broken by him specifically. So that has to be the Galley Law guys, and they're waiting for Loki. And I still don't think it's gonna be Loki, to be real. I think Loki's still gonna lose Ragnar, and Ragnar will go to Usopp. That is my final prediction for Usopp's final power-up, is Ragnar. Usopp with a Pokemon is easily gonna be it. And then we get Nami, the first person to notice Emu. We just get to see this black lightning. What is that? That doesn't look like ordinary black smoke. And then Emu's entrance is just so interesting. Emu's entrance is a gigantic pentagram. Then we get basically Big Mom's fruit at the same time, with everything singing, coming to life, laughing, dancing. It's literally like the perfect counter for Luffy. But Emu's just, the entrance is just so amazing. Then we get the final black lightning spread. Zoro's the first to notice that it's Conqueror's Haki. Is that coming from the castle? That Haki? It's the same one that we felt from earlier. And it kind of sucks because when we saw Emu possess just Gunko, and just Gunko, Luffy and Loki couldn't get a hit. Like a single hit. Emu just tried to Domi reverse them. Then Emu pops up at the author's castle, throne room. So this is where I'm saying I think Emu will die again. Once we get here, Emu's coughing up blood immediately. It's on his hands and knees and is wheezing. Or he. He's on his hands and knees wheezing. Like, usually whenever we see characters in this state, they're dying. They are dying. Who is that over there? So these guys get to see. So Harold, Doro, and Brogy are the first ones to see Emu. Emu begins to transform, and then we finally get to see the king of the world, the great one, Emu Saint Nerona. Power Aku no Mi, creator of the world government, one of the first 20 kings. One of the best looking panels. I love how they did the Illuminati thing. It's Emu. This whole chapter was just amazing. There's a lot of like questioning. I kind of hope if Emu does die, at least give us like 3 to 4 chapters. Actually, give us 5 chapters with some lore drop and shit. Like just something. But out of everything, this was a great chapter. This was honestly a great chapter. 10 out of 10. Like, I hope to see you guys next week. I'll be back with more content soon. And a big surprise coming.